everybody. Welcome to the podcast. We're in the studio. See, did you think I was telling lies? I was not telling lies. It's a true story. True story. We're in the studio. That's right. Cloud 10. Look at that. I'm on the wall, y'all. I've made it. I've freaking made it. We're here. It takes a long time for things to come to fruition sometimes. Little bit by little bit. Is that what Mel Robbins said, Deb? Little bit by little bit. I say incremental progress. It's all about that incremental progress. Just doing something every day to get you closer to your bigger dreams. Now, I don't know how this is going to look. I don't know if there's going to be a line of white on my jaw. I am powdering my face because these lights are not forgiving. Woo! It's bright in here. It's bright, and I feel excited that there is a studio. Thank you so much to Cloud 10 Media for putting this together. We even have beverages. Hello. Oh, fungal that went all over the computer. We've got beverages here. I'm drinking a nice Pellegrigi. No flavors because I don't trust the flavor situation. Can't always trust the flavor situation. I learned, here's an annoying thing I do is I read ingredients. Nobody knows if any of the ingredients are even real. How do you even check it? But I learned that when it says flavors, that can mean 1,000 different chemicals. Stay away from the flavors. Your pure soul is the only flavor you need in your food. Says the girl who loves a grilled cheese. We have a lot to discuss today, but before we get into all of it, that is the sound of my childhood charm bracelet. Before we get into all of it, rate the podcast. We're looking for a 5-star rating. Did you know that, Devin? We're looking for a 5-star rating, 1,000 5-star ratings, because that's what Saiba said we needed. And I'm going up against everybody. I'm coming for everyone. Apparently, that's the only way to make your podcast successful is if you have 1,000 5-star ratings. So right now, let me see how many we have. Let me look. I think we have we're shy. All I know is we're shy and I don't appreciate it. All I know is there's not enough of what I need to make this successful. So I'm calling all of you to ask you to just do a quick 5-star rating. It takes 2 seconds. We have 563, 4.8 out of 5. Come on! I have to read this review. We're going to read reviews at the end because I love the reviews because you guys are really taking this seriously. But this review I just see was put there recently. Is this you, Deb? It says elder teeth. Was that you? That's not you. It says the title is Gentle Dental Hygienist. A fellow gentle dental hygienist here. If anyone listened to last week's episode, I struggled over that phrase. That isn't even a phrase. I have an ability to put words together that don't belong together, will never be put together in any other situation. But because of the way my brain works, let's put gentle dental hygienist in a sentence. They say, a fellow gentle dental hygienist here, your most recent rant about dentists and how we should have a set of elder teeth had me holding in laugh where I felt I was going to implode. I had AirPods in and was in front of people and was trying so hard not to release the pressure that was building inside. Your podcast is so amazing, and I look forward to it every week. Keep it up. 5 stars. That's how you do it. I keep rating my own podcast, to be honest. I just keep going in and clicking 5 stars. I don't know if all the ratings are me. I don't mind it. So just do that. Go over there and give me a 5-star rating. I appreciate you guys so much. I have a lot of crap to talk today. We have notes. We have links. We have situations that need to be addressed. First of all, if you're watching the pod, which is probably just the Patreon people and anybody who gets the chance to see a clip, I'm in a shirt that says Ciao Bella in a satirical fashion. It's a Coca-Cola logo, but it's a shirt I got in Sorrento. Now, I say that because I did buy some things from Italy. Like you do when you travel. You want to bring a little bit of the vacation home for your loved ones, your family members, your friends. And I found out that in Sorrento, they're known for soap and linen and leather. So I bought a little bit of all of that. So I bought these soaps for all my family members. They're these beautiful Sapone Vegetale, Limoni, vegetable soap made in Italy. smells really great. It says over and over how it's made in Italy. The back is written in Italian. I'm sure some guy named Luigi labored hours over this bar of soap. And it's everywhere in Italy. It's made in Italy. Sorrento's known for lemons. I thought, how great. It's basically the equivalent of, I don't know, bringing home some crab thing from New England. Crab earrings for your Aunt Janet. Your Aunt Janet loves to wear crab earrings. So I got these soaps for everybody. And I felt really proud of it, that I found something authentic. And then I went to Marshall's. And everything changed. I went to Marshall's and I found a bigger and better version of my Italian soap in Marshall's. Then I went to TJ Maxx and found a lavender version of the same soap. It's the same soap. It's lavender. Where do they sell this? Milan? Then I thought, well, let me just mosey on down to our good old neighbors at Home Goods. White musk with a frickin' bumblebee on it and a cute bow. Oh, made in Italy? And what, shipped to TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and Marshall's? For me to find? To realize I didn't have to leave the United States to find authentic Italian soap. I could have just gone to my favorite American trilogy. I'm not even mad. Muccio Bianco. Are you kidding me? White musk? I found this at the Home Goods in Manhattan Beach, which is a great Home Goods, by the way. If anyone lives in the area, highly recommend taking a blast through the Home Goods at Manhattan Beach. Fangool. That will send you to a vacation station you never even imagined in your heart. That will send you on a trip you weren't even planning for and you'll never recover from emotionally. But I guess next time I won't go to Italy. I'm just going to go to TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Home Goods, and Ross Dross for Loss, which is like the California stepsister to the American trilogy. Everywhere else in the world, everywhere else in America, it's TJ Maxx, Marshall's, and Home Goods. But here in California, we throw in Ross Dross for Loss just for fun. It's like the annoying sister that nobody really likes. Oh, by the way, found a mini pack. Look at this mini travel pack of soap. They even make teeny ones made in Italy. This is actually Alchimia soap made in Milan. So yes, they do make lavender soap in Milan. I'm pissed, but I'm also excited that I have all these soaps now. And I'm going to continue to tell people I got them in Italy. Marshall's, Italy. Have you heard of it? It's a little town in Italy called Marshall's. Yeah, and right off the coast is TJ Maxx. It's a beautiful view of Home Goods off of the coast of TJ Maxx. So that's what happened in my shopping experience lately. I found soaps that I thought were only made in Italy. I was pissed for a hot minute, and then I realized I'm just going to keep buying them and telling everybody in my life that I bought them stuff from Italy. So go to just these regular stores and tell people you went to Spain. Yeah, I got this in Morocco. Do you like extra virgin olive oil? Yeah, I got this in Italy. Did you? No, you got it at the food sale section in Marshall's, which is a really special place to go. You can get something for everybody there. This whole podcast episode is just going to be a commercial for TJ Maxx. They DM'd me. Wait a minute. I sent a message. I slid in. I'm not even going to lie. I slid into, was it Marshall's DMs? I slid into Marshall's DMs. Because I posted something. It was like this dog, this really cute video of this dog posing in front of a mirror and like putting its paw over its paw and holding a bag in its mouth. Clearly, some woman trained their dog to do this, for sure. And usually it's like a really talented Asian woman who has their dogs doing all of these incredible tricks. I don't know why, but I feel like Asians are superior in training their dogs to do things. And I could be completely wrong. Send me a message. Correct me. You guys love to correct me. JessimaePelusoComedy@gmail.com. Correct me. Tell me I'm right or wrong. But this dog is like posing with its purse in front of its mouth in the mirror. And I said, this is me in every Marshall's fitting room. And Marshall's said relatable in a DM. I said, girl, what? Oh my God, are we best friends? I literally geeked out. I was like, okay. I said, I'm going to tell you what I said to Marshall's, which is almost as equally embarrassing as what I sent to Michael Keaton that Carly made me delete. I got to put these on. I feel naked without the cans. I don't care that they don't really work. Oh, that's so much nicer. I feel like I'm encased in like, it's like the weighted blanket of sound. Okay, I put the cans on. I didn't have the cans on my head. Anyways, I'm going to send, I'll read you guys the message I sent to Marshall's. It's going to be embarrassing. Love your store. I'm already embarrassed. Okay, love your store. Oh my God. By the way, I'm saying, oh my God, but that's what I wrote. But I wrote OMG. Love your store. OMG. It's my, I can't even read this. Okay, get it together. Love your store. OMG. It's my heaven sent. Nicholas Sparks? Who says heaven sent? What in the Notebook is going on in my DMs? Most girls are busy trying to trap professional athletes. Here I am flirting with Marshalls. Oh, okay. Let's get through this. Love your store. Oh my God, it's my heaven sent. Seriously, a place my mom and I would go to every time I visited. Now that she's passed away, I go to Marshall's whenever I want to visit with her again. And I meant it. I do that. And I'll get into it on next week's episode. We have a guest and we're going to be doing a little bit of a grief survival guide episode to tap back into that mini series that we have in the podcast. But going to these stores that my mom and I used to frequent feels like I'm visiting her again. And I think that's why I go to Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods so often, because it feels like I can still be with her in some way, shape, or form. And they responded. They said, we love that so much. Thank you for sharing. I didn't read this part yet. We'd also love to send you a gift card to shop at Marshall stores. May we have a good first name, last name, email address, please? We look forward to hearing back. What? I think we're married. I think I'm engaged to Marshall's. I love these soaps. I love the soaps. Yes, you can have, I'm going to send you a blood sample. Are you kidding me? You can have all my information. I'll give you my freaking SSN. What do you want? What do you need? I'm sending it to you, Mr. Marshalls or Mrs. Marshalls. Why does it have to be a Mr.? It's got to be a woman behind that. No woman would put soap, children's toys, children's clothes, dog beds, hair gel, and this week's latest fashion together. No guy would do that. It's a woman. It's a freaking woman. She knows what's up. She's like, I'm busy. I need to shop for every person I've ever met in my life in one place. I don't have time. I don't have time. My significant other is completely selfish. I'm alone. I have no help. I need to get it done. That's what Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods, their logo should be. Get her done. That's where that logo makes sense. That's where that slogan makes sense. There's been something I've wanted to talk about for months. A good segue away from Marshall's. Greta Thunberg. I don't know how much Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods is involved with sort of helping the environment, being eco-friendly. I'm sure they're monitoring their carbon footprint. I don't doubt it. Every time you go there and you shop, they ask if you want to donate to some cause. So I'm sure they're concerned about the environment. Are they as concerned as Greta Thunberg? Is Greta Thunberg concerned anymore? Where is she? Where did she go? It seems like she popped into the scene, screamed at all of us, and then left. And I've wondered for months, where is Greta Thunberg? I think that's how you say it. My instinct is to say Thunberg, but that feels very wrong. You know, when you grow up in a language and in a culture, and the language you learn is directly related to how that culture speaks, TH, that's ours. That's what we throw out. We see a TH and we go, thuffer and thuckatath. We Sylvester, was it Sylvester Stallone? No, that's the Italian guy. Was it Sylvester the cat? Who's the cartoon cat with a lisp? Was it Sylvester? Yeah, we Sylvester that. But I think because Greta is Scandinavian, the TH is hard. That's neither here nor there. The point is I found her. I've talked a lot of crap about her in the past. She's a magical creature. We can't deny that being a 16-year-old and being an activist and organized a march in front of millions of people, maybe the largest climate protest in history. I think it was what she organized, and I'm sure she had help. We can't deny the fact that that's pretty outstanding. Especially compared to whatever you guys have done in your teenage years. Okay, what'd you do? What did you do? Huh? We know what you did. It was a Who on a swing set. So let's calm down. I have talked crap about her. And the youth, her youth, they call what's going on climate anxiety. Of course, it has to do with their emotions. The climate is giving them anxiety. Well, you know what? Living and breathing gives me anxiety. This is 40. But I had to find out what was going on. Where is she? Why are these kids so emotional? Why does everything feel so cyclical? It feels like there's always a group of people that are pissed off about something. They get angry about it. They yell about it. And then they go away. They recede into the walls like critters. And climate anxiety is an interesting term. That's what I feel in airplanes, small spaces, someone's house that keeps the thermostat a little too warm. I have climate anxiety in those situations. And how do we know that isn't the cause of global warming? All of our old moms' houses keeping their thermostats at an Antarctic or a Bohemian temperature. I don't know what household you grew up in. That's very telling of your childhood. Did you grow up in an Antarctic or a tropic temperature? Because Nance kept it hot. Oh, she kept it hot. She liked to be able to cook eggs on the floor. And it always pissed my dad off. I think the temperature gauge is what broke up the family. I would imagine both extremes take a lot of energy to maintain. So whether you grew up in an igloo or a sauna, we're probably the ones to blame for the current climate crisis. That's neither here nor there. Greta Thunberg and her friends started hosting digital strikes during the pandemic. Oddly, for a bunch of kids considering the apocalypse, the vibe was all about having fun. They were just about having fun on these Zooms. They weren't even work calls. They were playing music and hanging out with each other, okay? So this article goes on to talk about where she went and why we haven't heard from her anymore. She did some Zooms with her friends. And maybe that's what we need our adult politicians to do in order to create a better environment, a better society. Start hiring kids to improve the workplace culture. Start hiring children to have more fun in the room. Maybe we need to have more fun so we can remember what that feels like and get some things done and stop arguing and actually get things handled. That's as political as we get on this podcast. I just yell about things I don't know. Thunberg had been invited by the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres to speak at a summit in New York. And rather than take a plane, she and her father had crossed the Atlantic in a borrowed racing yacht. Cue the murder music. That sounds like the plot of a new thriller. Just a girl and a grown man on a borrowed racing yacht? Who lends out racing yachts? I can't even get people to let me borrow their busted Camry. This girl gets a racing yacht. I guess that's what you get when you are a climate activist at 15. Turnberg road tripped across the U.S. in an electric car loaned to her by Arnold Schwarzenegger. She's buddies with Schwarzenegger. She's cruising in borrowed racing yachts. And she and her father basically went across the country in the most climate conscious travel that they could put together. Anytime I wanted to go anywhere as a kid, we took one of my dad's used Oldsmobiles. And he had like 45 of them. We probably single-handedly tore a hole in the ozone layer with all of my dad's Oldsmobiles. The muffler sounded like a herd of bison running over a mountain. What is that? It's bison coming for you in the climate. You know, she basically said she doesn't want to be the face of the global climate justice movement anymore. And activism still takes up a lot of her non-school time. It probably got too much for her. She probably bit off a little bit more than she can chew, even though she was able to organize the largest climate protest in history. It probably was too much. She's a teenager. Maybe she's just like, I don't want to worry about the earth anymore. I just want to like go to Taylor Swift concerts with my friends. I just want to rent out movie theaters and watch T Swift with my besties. And that's fine. She should have that. We should give that to her because she did more in her teenage life than we'll do in our entire life. A lot of us, we can say that. She did a lot more than most of us will ever achieve. She spoke to thousands. She scolded them. She even scolded us. We got yelled at by a teenage Swede about our use of plastic cups. Can you imagine that kind of focus and confidence as a teenager? I could barely get through my haiku in front of a classroom of 30. I know a lot of you hate that I think I'm funny. I don't care. But seriously, this girl was able to stand in front of hundreds and thousands of people and scold them confidently. I'm up in front of Mrs. Iborski's class like the cat in the hat ran under the mat. And I said, what do you think about that? And then I peed myself. Bring Greta Thunberg back. Where is she? We need her help. Make her the president. We should make Greta Thunberg the president. It's just an idea. Here's a girl who spent her youth as an activist. I spent my youth as an asshole. We need Greta Thunberg. Who are we really mad at? Okay? So let her take a nap. She's exhausted from saving or trying to save the world. We're going to let her go back into her cave and live out the rest of her life. I'm going to leave her alone. I just want to know where the F she was for a hot minute because I felt abandoned. I really felt abandoned. I said, where'd my girl go? Where did my little Gretty, my Gretty turn be? Where is she? Why did she leave us? So we're going to hit some hot topics. Some pod topics. Maybe that's what Doug did from what was the show called? The Getting High with Doug. He used to do pod topics. Hot pockets. We got some news about my old bestie, Post Malone. He reveals how hot sauce helped him lose 20 pounds. Explains his Taylor Swift friendship. Okay, so there's two things happening in this headline. Apparently, Post Malone lost 20 pounds because of hot sauce, and he's best friends with Taylor Swift now. How do we know the friendship isn't the reason why he lost so much weight? She seems very active. Maybe trying to keep up with her lifestyle is what made him lose the 20 pounds. The rapper detailed a fateful game of beer pong with Travis Kelce and how he complained to Taylor Swift about potential cheating. See, now that can sound like a relationship situation, but it just was them playing beer pong. Let's see what Post Malone says. He says he's sharing how he lost over 20 pounds on his latest tour, and it's simple as changing his diet. This is why music sucks now. Because our rock stars are on diets. This is why music is terrible. Keith Richards lived off of shavings from homemade cigarettes and bourbon for 72 years. He's still alive. He's doing fine. He looks like a wrinkled, shriveled piece of something. He definitely looks shriveled and wrinkled, but he's still pounding out the music. The Rolling Stones are still on the road. And we know they did a lot of drugs. No, I love Post Malone. I don't think his music is terrible. He's originally from Syracuse, New York. Shout out to my upstate brother. But we've got to stop hearing about how healthy all of our rock stars are now. I miss when everybody was on cocaine. I never even did the drug. I just like the music. That's what's happened. And apparently he's got some, because of this game that he lost, they had, he said they're athletes. He said Post Malone defended saying that they were athletes. That's why he lost to beer pong. I don't know if he knows how beer pong is played. It's a game literally developed for people who are unathletic. But he said he lost because they're athletes and that fatherhood has weakened his abilities. It did affect my beer pong skills and automatically takes 2 points off. This sounds like a guy making a lot of excuses for being a deadbeat dad. I'm sure he's a great dad. He said, I like to say here on Howard Stern that Tracy Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, I am so ready for, I guess, another game. But apparently he had to get a bad tattoo on his body because he lost the game of beer pong. And I want to tell him, come on, tattoo redo, and we can fix that for you. We can fix that up real quick. Post Malonesies. He does look good, though. He's lost a couple LBs, and he does look really good. Ozzy Osbourne reveals he used to pee his pants on stage. That's a rock star. That's a guy who's singing a song, and instead of taking a bathroom break like a bitch, he pees his pants. He pees his leather pants. He said it didn't matter because he had thrown so much water on him. No one could tell the difference. Is it sweat? Is it pee? It doesn't matter. It's rock and roll. It's Ozzy Osbourne. Do you guys remember that show? I used to love that show. Was it Keeping Up with the Osbournes? What was the name of that show? Osbourne's, I don't know what it was. What was the name of that Osbourne reality show? Do you remember that? Was it just called The Osbournes? I used to love that show. But there's a difference. Post Malone's on a diet. Ozzy Osbourne's peeing his pants. That's where the line of rock and roll lies. Right between those two things. Right there in that sweet spot. We got some more news here. It's Britney, bitch. Britney's back in the news. She hasn't left the news. She's hoarding knives. She's my spirit animal. Everyone's judging her. And I wonder if the Britney Brigade has dwindled because they think that, well, maybe something's going on with her and we can't support it anymore. I hope she still has her supporters. The biggest bombshell claims from Britney Spears' tell-all book. That's right. Britney wrote a memoir and she's coming for the entire Mickey Mouse Club. You better watch out, Christina Aguilera. You better watch out, Justin Timberlake. She's coming for you. Who else was in the Mickey Mouse Club? Let's see the members that should really look out for themselves. I know that our dear friend Ryan Gosling, Ryan Gosses was in the Mickey Mouse Club. Who else was in that? It was Ryan Gosling, original members. Let's see. I know it was Christina Aguilera, Ryan Gosling. Okay, this is just showing me pictures of Walt Disney. They're like, do you mean Walt Disney? No, I want the Mickey Mouse Club, Britney Spears, Justin. Oh, here we go. Britney Spears cast. I'm going to take a look at the photo and see who we got. That guy's done nothing. That guy's done nothing. I don't know who that is. There's Ryan Gosling, Carrie Russell. Is that Jim Carrey? No, that's not Jim Carrey. Oh my God, JC Sanchez from NSYNC, or is that Backstreet Boys? One of those bands. Ryan Gosling, there's Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. You better watch out. She's coming for you in her memoir. She says a lot in her memoir. It says here that of her latest wedding, her Las Vegas wedding to Jason Alexander. She married Jason Alexander, not the guy, not George Costanza, right? That's a different Jason Alexander. My God, Britney married George Costanza? Why wasn't this news? We got to get this on the news. It just basically goes on and on about all her different trysts with men, her struggles with her sister and her family. I think I might read this memoir. If her memoir is a fifth entertaining as her social media, that's a success. And we know it's going to be. We know it's going to be amazing. You got to read it. Britney is an enigma. No matter what side of the Britney coin you're on, if you think she's crazy or if you think she is vindicated in becoming vindicated because of the conservatorship, I think she definitely was mistreated and abused. That's what I choose to believe. And that's my truth. I'm going to read the book. I support it. Watch out. She's coming for the whole Mickey Mouse Club. Watch out, Christina Aguilera. Mi Reflejo. Let's see what your Reflejo says after this. Because I know Christina Aguilera was a little scared about what Britney Spears had to say about her. Now I need to go and buy 2 copies. We need to see. We need the receipts. We need to know what went on in the Mickey Mouse Club. So she's going to be dishing a lot of dirt. I look forward to reading it. We need a little bit of entertainment like that in our lives. Speaking of entertainment in our lives, my show came out. When's this coming out? Last week. Well, my show aired today. My show aired today on Netflix. It's called Surviving Paradise. It's a bingeable show. It's so much fun. It basically encapsulates all of your favorite reality shows. It's like a Survivor and Big Brother gave birth to a Love Island baby. That's my new show. It's available for you to binge on Netflix. Please watch it. Rate it. Rate my show on Netflix. Rate my podcast 5 stars so I can keep pounding out some entertainment. I told you guys we were going to be in a studio. I told you I was going to have a show coming out. Sometimes these things take some time, and that's okay. Incremental progress. I think we beat ourselves up so much because we haven't achieved our huge goal. Well, what if your huge goal takes you a lifetime? And what if you still are able to achieve it, but you're in an older stage in your life? You're in your elder teeth have all come in. Is it not going to be as fruitful for you? Is it not going to be as wonderful and magical? I think we get so stuck on the productivity, we forget the importance of achieving these little tasks along the way. I remember when I was investing in a business and there were a lot of obstacles. My partner and I, whenever we came up against an obstacle, we always said to each other, we looked right in each other's eyes and we said, this is your fault. No, we said incremental progress. And it's all about taking one step at a time and adding one little brick to the wall that you're building. And eventually you will build that entire wall, and it will be an emotional wall that you can block everybody from getting into your space. So just know that it takes time to build something great. And those little pieces add up to something magnificent. It's just important that you can visualize whatever it is you're going for. That's the most important thing, is you are able to visualize whatever it is you want to achieve. I do something at the end of every year. I will look at everything that I wanted to do and see what I got accomplished, see areas where I might have put too much on my plate, and take notice of where I'm able to put more energy and how I can put more energy into the tasks that are related with the bigger goals. And so at the end of the year, around this time, I'll look at what 2024 has in store for me, and I'll write a new list of goals. And I looked back and it felt good to see that I had achieved some of the larger ideas and creative goals that I had created for myself. And I think you have to be your own cheerleader. You have to keep yourself going. You have to be able to have motivation beyond whatever motivation you get from external sources, whether it be people or your YouTube videos or whatever it is. All of that matters. All of that can act as your team. All the tools you add into your space to keep you going is your team, but the main member who matters the most is you. So make sure you keep visualizing your goals and take it one day at a time. And I hope you guys enjoy my new show, Surviving Paradise. I hope you rate the podcast 5 stars. 5 stars. Podcast, please. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you guys. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. I'm sure there is. It's a part of life. I'm going to let it go. And I hope I see you guys next week. Thank you so much.